Hi, my name is Nancy Evbuomwan. I am professionally an Agile Coach. Alongside that, I'm a podcast host, and I also work as a strategic advisor for startups, predominantly for female founders. For me, being a woman in the startup world, and in particular a woman of color, often means that I am a minority in a space. And in all honesty, it's never something that I had really picked up initially, because I've predominantly grown up in Europe, where I'm usually the minority. However, I started to notice differences when I got treated in particular different ways. So, for example, when a colleague out of nowhere decides to touch your hair because they're intrigued by it without asking your permission, and you look around and you realize that you're the only one that happens to, it's moments like that that you start to realize, not only am I a minority, but is there something about me that's different? And then at that moment, you start to then also look around and question why no one in the leadership team has a different background, and they're all European, and they're all from a particular university, and they all seem to share the same background. So you start to question, why am I here? So I think on the surface and initially, nothing was really drastically different as a woman of color in the tech and startup space. But eventually, as time goes by, you start being treated differently, and you start to question and ask yourself why. And I think it's the question that lets you realize there's something not right here. And I think that really kind of sums up my experience as a woman of color in tech, and in particular in the startup space. I think pay attention and act on it if it's a clear problem for your business. So I'm a big fan in data and letting data speak for itself. And what I mean with that is really having really useful, structured, clean people data so that you can form diagnosis of your culture. And if you realize that there is a problem around race in your business, that you can go and tackle it. And if Black Lives Matter is a vehicle that you can use so that you can get that data in place, then go ahead and do that. And the reason why I say vehicle is because I think ultimately, whether or not it's Black Lives Matter or another initiative, everything is gearing towards creating a better culture that creates not happier people, but just people who feel like they belong in where they work, and therefore show up at their best self and want to create awesome products for your business. And obviously there's this utopia that we create awesome software, awesome products, and we're making lots of money and everyone is super happy. It's a utopia we all strive for. And I think everything like Black Lives Matter or any initiative that you see around creating better cultures are all just opportunities for us to really turn that utopia maybe into a reality. Why in general should it be important? I think it just boils down to, if it helps you create a better culture, then it's important. I think the main thing for me as well here is that I would like to see founders and investors just become much more in tune with their mindset around culture and people in these workplaces, and predominantly startups who try and scale at any cost. Just let them to be more in tune with the fact that you have people working for you, and you're trying to create a culture that is fruitful, and part of that is inclusion.